We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin. Once again, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democrat from New York, is crying that doomsday is approaching. Hot off her trip to Texas to back progressive candidates who are pushing green energy in districts that depend on oil and gas for their economy, this time in an interview with The New Yorker, she claims that democracy is under attack. This has become a common outcry from the left, but AOC warned that the clock was ticking for Joe Biden and other Democratic leaders to do anything about it. With huge chunks of the president's agenda, including legislation to protect voting rights, stalled in Congress by more conservative or moderate members of her own party. During the interview, she used the phrase, "If we have a democracy 10 years from now." When pressed as to what she meant by that, she stated, "There's a very real risk that we will not. What we risk is having a government that perhaps postures as a democracy and may try to pretend that it is, but it isn't. We've already seen the opening salvos of this, where you have a very targeted, specific attack on the right to vote across the United States, particularly in areas where Republican power is threatened by changing electorates and demographics. You have white nationalist reactionary politics starting to grow into a critical mass." Now, these claims are not new. Biden has been repeating them over and over again, despite the fact that the Washington Post debunked them, giving the claims by the Biden administration 4 Pinocchios, indicating that it is a complete lie. AOC doesn't just blame Republicans. She describes working in the same Democratic-controlled Congress in which centrist Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema have blocked both electoral reforms and Biden's ambitious Build Back Better social spending initiative, saying, "Honestly, it's a shit show." She goes on to complain that Biden has not used his executive powers enough. Given the number of Biden's executive orders that have been overturned in the courts, it's clear AOC and the liberal left have no idea how executive orders work. So, according to AOC, we can lose our democracy in 10 years unless we kowtow to the liberal left and hand over our rights to them. AOC has been ranked the least effective lawmaker, failing to get even one piece of legislation out of committee since she took office. She repeats the lie that there has been a concerted effort to keep minorities from voting, despite the fact that recent polls and voter registration records have minorities leaving the Democratic Party in record numbers over the agenda that she is pushing. Now, this is not the first time AOC has made doomsday predictions. It may not matter if we lose democracy in 10 years if her previous doomsday prediction of the planet ending because of climate change in 2031 comes to pass. It seems there's no shortage of world-ending crises that can only be stopped if we listen to AOC. In reality, the only thing in danger of ending within 10 years is AOC's political career, as voters across the country rebuke the liberal policies that have given us increased crime, increased inflation, and have labeled parents defending their children as terrorists. That's the raw, naked truth. If you have a topic you'd like us to look into, you can contact us at xvadio.com/connect. You can catch every episode of Raw Naked Truth, as well as the rest of the Xvadio podcast network, at xvadio.com/podcasts, as well as the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and wherever you find podcasts. We'll see you next time.